think Chokwe and Jody, if they were smart, their lawyers would be like, you need to really be nice to Donald Trump right now because he's actually sympathetic to your plight here. Not saying he's going to, abandon the prosecution, but you have a lot better chance with him doing that than you did with Biden.
Well, he's also, and this is one of my gripes with Trump, he's so thirsty for the love of black people that I think it blinds him to prove he's not a racist constantly by the opportunity to let black people who don't like him off of things that they're guilty of.
I mean, I think I wouldn't just say
to try to buy social credit, so to say. And he did it with pardoning a bunch of rappers in 20, trying to prove to people, no, look, I love black people, trying to get the black vote. Now, he doesn't need the black vote personally moving forward, but I still think it's not about the vote. It's about the admiration and the
perception.
The perception, like, I'm not a racist, dang it. Like, I'm doing right by you guys.
Yeah. I think that's also a kind of generally a Republican thing, right? They have to, they're like, we got to find a black guy to prove that, we're not racist. And so we've got this black person that's now part of our, unit or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's partially true for sure.
I have friends that have black friends, dang it.
Yeah. I think that's, I think that could happen. I don't know that Trump is going to, with these two guys here in the scale of this thing is, I think it'd be hard pressed to say, we're just going to let this go. Yeah. It'd be tough. I think there'd be a lot of protests, especially now. Look at it this way: this happened in a Republican.
I'll be protesting.
Yeah, I mean, it happened in a Republican state. And Trump's very close to a lot of the statewide elected officials. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of them are not going to be happy if he just lets Chokwe go. I just don't think that's. I think Tate Reeves might pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, buddy, like we can't do this.
This guy's an idiot."
Yeah, I think
this is a crisis of incompetence,
and he's got a lot of Trump has a lot of real personal connections here that, I mean, he's got them in all states with Republican, but especially here seems to be very tight knit with him. So I think, I think he'd be hard pressed to do that. I mean, I hope he doesn't do that. I really did, but I don't think he will because Chokwe, somebody sent us that whole thing about, he says trumped up charges. So now Chokwe's plan, instead of kissing Donald's butt, is to go with, oh, I'm being a victim of the Trump Department of Justice, which is completely untrue. This started several years ago under the Biden Department of Justice, and you were indicted under the Biden Department of Justice. Trump had nothing to do with this. Yes. And now you're going to try to make this about him, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they're trying to make this about race. And one of the Shakurs, and if y'all don't know, Chokwe's dad was Tupac Shakur's attorney through the Black Panther stuff, through his mom and all that. And I mean, I believe that's the connection there. Anyway, but they got these flyers floating around that says, and it's got a picture of Chokwe praying.
Yeah.
Got a picture of Chokwe there praying. And it says, standing with Chokwe Antar Lumumba against the Trumped, and it's TRUMP''D. Wouldn't it be ED if it was trumped up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's trumped up government charges trying to insinuate that Trump had something to do with these. And it says, in cities across the U.S., the federal government is waging attacks on black elected political leadership. We don't believe the FBI stand with our brother who has been in an ongoing battle against the racist Mississippi I don't know, they didn't get it all. But anyway, the only racist around here are the ones in this picture.
Well, I think that tells you that Chokwe's strategy is to, obviously, which we knew. I mean, it's not anything new. He's going to play the race card throughout this thing, and I've said that and I think you've said it here on time and again about this case. Like, this is not a Hinds County Circuit Court case where it's just a Hinds County jury. This is the Southern District, or the Northern Division of the Southern District of Mississippi. It's going to be expansive of many counties. You're going to have a wide jury pool. That I don't know that strategy is the smartest one. I think it's not very. I mean, I think they're hoping maybe we can get one person to hang it up. I guess maybe that's the way you're going to go with it. But I think it's a bad strategy in terms of, now if they were in Hinds County Circuit Court, I'd say, okay, that's a good one. You can go with that. I think it might very well work. But I think in terms of where they are, I think it's going to be very difficult.
Well, he was up in Michigan this weekend trying to raise money for a legal defense.
He was there. He's got several elected officials like Randall Woodfin in Birmingham running commercials for him. So they're all trying to like drum up the support. But at the end of the day, he's going to be in that courtroom in Jackson, Mississippi. That's going to have a lot of jurors from several counties that are going to hear this case. And also he and Jody and Aaron, or the judge, are going to be tried together as part of this conspiracy. So they're going to hear all this evidence together. The jurors are going to listen to this. And I have a hard time believing that they're going to me, the kicker, okay, even if you say, well, he was going to move that bid deadline anyway, which he wasn't. I mean, you get 5 checks for $10,000 each that were all through Jody shell corporations of some sort, it looks like, or whatever, or actual corporations. And you deposit them, and the next day you withdraw them. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just seems quite obvious what was going on. I don't know how anybody's going to mistake that. But like, oh, it seems totally legitimate.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to look at that. Any juror is going to look at it that way. They're going to be like, even if they don't understand the law, they're going to be like, this is obviously corrupt. Like, I just feel like any rational person is going to look at that and say, this is obviously corrupt.
Yeah.